Hey everybody, good evening. It's Chris here. I'm really grateful to be here with you tonight. I apologize, it is late and I am in my car. And I realized that being in my car is kind of cool because it's real quiet and there's no dog barking. And it feels intimate, but I will say this, it does feel kind of boxed. So I'm really looking for a new space to do my videos that's also quiet, but that I don't feel so boxed in, so closed in. I feel like I want more space to grow. So I'm excited. I'm looking for a space now, just a quiet space to spend time with you, and so we could read our daily reflections. So today is May 29th. So I'm going to read our daily reflection entry for tonight. It's called True Tolerance. The only requirement for AA membership is a desire to stop drinking. And that's out of 12 Steps and 12 Traditions, page 139. I first heard the short form of the third tradition in the preamble. When I came to AA, I could not accept myself, my alcoholism, or a higher power. If there had been any physical, mental, moral, or religious requirements for membership, I would be dead today. Bill W. said in his tape on the third tradition that the third tradition is a charter for individual freedom. The most impressive thing to me was the feeling of acceptance from members who were practicing the third tradition by tolerating and accepting me. I feel acceptance is love, and love is God's will for us. I'm thinking of what to say because I have a lot to say. I had a really, really good day today and started with love, ended with love, and love all the way in between. I meditated with a group of friends. I listened to two really good speakers. I listened to my church online. I cleaned the apartment. I spent time with my dogs. I hung out with two friends. Separately, had coffee with one and had a light dinner with another one. And I just got off the phone with another friend of mine. Just conversation after conversation after conversation about what? About love. About love. Today is Sunday. It's a church day for some of us. For some of us, it's marathon meetings. For some of us, it's family time. For some of us, it's celebrating, hanging out. For some of us, it's staying home. For some of us, it's take the dog to the park day. The freedom to live our life today is amazing. If you're recovering from alcoholism like I am, or any addiction, or maybe just a life not too well lived, and you're enjoying yourself today, what a miraculous experience it is. And say you're not. Say you're struggling still. Say you're not sure. Say you're still feeling like what's the deal? What's my purpose? What am I doing here on earth? Just know that you're not alone. I've heard of many people who have been there, who share their experience, strength, and hope with me. Who, when I'm in that feeling, in that mindset, I also think, what is my purpose here? What am I even doing? Whose life is this? Just all these weird thoughts coming out of nowhere into my head. I get it. And today I'm so grateful. Today I'm so grateful that I have gone through enough moments of that to be here with you guys tonight, just saying that I have a purpose today. And for me, the purpose is to carry the message of hope to other people. However I can, wherever I can, whenever I'm asked to. Mostly And sometimes even when I'm not asked to. But I'm more careful now on that. With that particular assignment. Because some people are just not ready to hear it sometimes. But I do better. And it's because I'm passionate. I'm passionate for the newcomer. I'm passionate for those of us in recovery still struggling. You know, part of my story is that I was sober for a long time. And I still went back out because I was struggling. And I felt bad about sharing when I was struggling, because I would think to myself, well, man, Chris, you've been sober for 10 years. Why are you still struggling with that, man? So, Chris, you've been sober for 11 years. You still in a financial bind? Man, Chris, you've been sober for 12 years and you still can't get this? I mean, I would just beat myself up because I would think that my time in recovery, or that my age, that I was supposed to be somewhere already. And I would just beat myself up about it and make myself feel so bad. Nobody was making me feel bad except for myself. So I'm grateful that today I get it, that I am where I am. And that's okay. I love where I am today. I feel like a kid. Yeah, I'm 47 years old, but I feel like a kid inside. Sometimes I even look like a kid. They always tell me, you don't look your age. I think I do. I look 47. I'm 47 and I look it. But inside, I don't feel it. I have a lot of young friends and I have a lot of older friends. Which to me, it's awesome. It's awesome, but at the same time, I guess it doesn't really make sense according to what I've learned or what I've been told growing up. It doesn't really make sense. But back to the topic, you know, the big book says that love and tolerance of others is our code. And I think that has a lot to do with the newcomer and the old timer alike. You know, just because I've been sober 4 years, that doesn't mean I'm always in a good mood or always act right. So I may go to a meeting and say something ratchet or say something that's inappropriate. And the people love me and tolerate me anyway. And I appreciate that. And I do the same for others when I can, because I get it. We all have days like that. And now what's different about my life when I have a day like that is that I can look at it, I can be like, oh, I'm having a day. And I pray. That's the truth. As soon as I feel like I'm having a day where I know that, where I can stop and just be like, whoa, everything's getting on my nerves today, I'm going to pray about this. And I'll pray something very simple like, God, please help me not to slap somebody today. Or God, please help me not to hurt myself or hurt somebody else. Or whatever it could be. It could be something real simple for you too. So I use my prayers a lot. Because I don't want to be that person that, you know, I used to be that person. I would walk in the room and nobody knew who was going to show up. If I was going to be the cool Chris or the mad Chris or the anxious Chris or the Chris on fire or the Chris hating everybody. I was so emotionally imbalanced that people just never knew who was going to show up. And that's not a really cool life to live. I put so many people through hell before I got into Alcoholics Anonymous, and a few afterwards too. I mean, I didn't get well right away. It took me a while. I mean, I had to really get serious about these steps and work through them thoroughly before there was a real change within Chris, to the point where I don't have to act like that no more. That I I just don't have to act like, people don't have to worry who's going to show up to work, or who's going to show up to the house, or who's going to show up to the restaurant. People don't have to worry about that no more. And back in the past, man, I had everybody walking on eggshells. And that's not a cool place to be. When that statement finally hit me hard, that all my family was walking on eggshells because they didn't know who was going to show up. Because when Chris wasn't drinking or drugging, he was irritable, restless, and discontent. Never, 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 never happy with anything. Very intolerable, very hard to get along with, hard to love, hard to put up with. That's what I used to be like. And when I got into the recovery, into Alcoholics Anonymous, you know, my fellow members, they tolerated me and they loved me till I could love myself. And how did I do that? How did I learn to love myself? I did the work. It's just plain and simple. Recovery is a program of action. I could read the entire book to you, forward and backwards, and in Spanish now. But if I'm not really applying these steps to my life, then I'm not in recovery. I'm just not drinking. So once I applied these steps into my person, into my life, into what it used to be like, and what my life is like now, when I was able to apply the program into my life, then that's when I started to really change. That's when Chris became the man that he is today. He shows up when he says he is. You know, he's reliable. He's trustworthy. He's a good worker. He's a great friend. That's who Chris is today. And I wasn't that person when I got here, so I'm grateful that the only requirement for membership was my desire to stop drinking. Yes, first I got here on paper. That's the truth. I got a DWI and I had to come to AA on paper. But I stayed because that desire to not drink really, the seed was planted and it started to grow roots. It started to get strong. So when I made a decision that I didn't want to drink anymore, I dove straight in, head first. Let's go. Come on. Let's see what it's about. And it's never failed me. Alcoholics Anonymous the program itself has never failed me. People will always, I don't want to say always, but people will fail me. The program, though, it hasn't. So I'm very grateful that I made it here when I did. I can relate with whoever wrote this entry, and the fact that it says that if I had to have all that stuff to get sober, then I would be dead. If I had to have an education, if I had to have money, if I had to have looks, if I had to have status, if I had to do all that stuff, I would be dead. But I didn't need any of that stuff. All I needed was a desire to stop drinking. And somewhere in the literature it says that I'm a part of Alcoholics Anonymous when I say I'm a part. So I'm in it because I say I'm in it. And nobody can take that away from me. The day I say, hey, I don't want to be a part of this no more, and leave, then I'm not a part of it no more. And then just leave and go on my merry way and do whatever I want to do. But the day I say that I'm part of it, I'm part of it. And I'm really grateful to be part of it today. I had a beautiful day. My God, it was so wonderful. And is every day wonderful? No. I mean, I had some deep conversations today. I cried twice today. There was pain a little bit because I was talking about death. And death to me is sensitive. It's a sensitive subject right now. So sometimes when I talk about it, I tend to cry. But those tears are like healing tears. And I get to feel things today in a healthy way. I have friends I can share with today and have healthy conversations with. feel acceptance today. And I feel love today. And love is God's will for me today. I hope that wherever you are, that you would find your tribe, that you would surround yourself with people who will make you feel that way, who will make you feel loved. My pastor always says, go where you're... Man, I forgot what she says. Man, I forgot what she said, and it's so good. But anyway, she says, don't go where you're tolerated. And I used to go where I was tolerated all the time and not loved. And I'm glad that I found my tribe. I'm glad that I found my pastor. I'm glad that I found this program. I'm glad that I found Chris. I'm glad that Chris found friends. I'm glad that today I go where I'm loved, and that I don't take anything less than that. That's another thing that Chris don't do. He don't settle. I don't settle. Not because I think I'm too good. It's because today I value myself. I had to put some value in myself. When I was ready to do that, I'm not willing to settle for anything less than love. I'm sorry. And love comes in many forms. So today I'm really grateful. So I hope if you're out there, you're struggling, that you will know that you're not alone, that there are people here who are willing. There are people who will help you if you ask. You just gotta find them, pray about it. Hopefully God will lead you to the space where you need to be to get some healing. If you're struggling with something or have been struggling, maybe you got resentments, you got an old hurt. Maybe you're in the outs with your brother or your sister or your mom or your dad or your friends, and it's messing with your mind. It's maybe making you feel sad today. There's a solution out there, and I believe that everybody has their own individual, personalized journey created by a higher power, who I choose to call God. I think that He created my life personally just for me. That the way my life was written, it was written very differently than the way your life is. But I will tell you that what I've learned is that even though my life may be just a little bit different than your life, I would say that you and I were both put here by a source, a loving source that wants all the best for us, that doesn't want us to suffer. Our suffering is not caused by Him, but our healing can come through by Him. And I talk about this often. There is a difference between God's will and man's will. And I truly believe today that anything that's outside of love is not God's will. If I'm doing something that's not love, then I'm in my will. But when I'm doing something that checks out all the boxes, yep, it's all love, then that's God's will. I don't get it right every time, but I try my best to do that. Why? Because I don't want to hurt nobody no more. I don't want to live a life where I'm suffering every day. And I definitely want to help people. So I hope that I've helped you. I hope that this video has given you something. Please comment if you have a question, if you have a suggestion. Maybe you don't like this. Maybe you like, Chris, like, you want to talk about something? Let's talk about it. That's what I'm here for. I do have plans to go live at some point. I feel like I haven't got the green light yet. But I'm still here with you guys. If I'm reading my comments all day. Thank you for all those who have shown me lots and lots of love. Thank you for subscribing. I'm think I'm at 4 or 5 now, so I'm really excited about that. They're coming in slowly. I'm not in a hurry. I'm here with you for a few more days. So thank you for being on this journey with me. I appreciate all your love and all your support. And I love you all guys so much. And, you know, I'm just so grateful. I don't even know what to say. I'm really in awe of what's happening through these videos and in my life since I started. There's a big shift. And I'll end with this. I could talk forever about the whole process that I've been going through, but two of the people that I follow as spiritual guidance, they both say the same thing. My spiritual guide, no, they're human beings who speak the word, and I listen to them because they guide me, right? And they both say the same thing. That they say the same thing, but they say it differently. And I'm pretty sure that I'm going to chop this up. But one of them says that 1 ounce of obedience will do more than all the prayers in the world. And the other one says 1 person in alignment will do more than millions who are not. And I take those two statements ring true for me. So I try to stay on the path. Sometimes I read off. I'm like, shit, I'm still human. I'm not a robot. I'm not perfect. I'll never be perfect. I don't want to be perfect. I just want to be pretty good. And that's what my journey is about. It's about being pretty good and really living a life that's way beyond anything that I could ever dream or imagine or think or wish for. I mean, my life is like, wow. It still blows my mind every single day. And today was one of those days that I got my mind blown again. So anyway, so I hope that you're getting something out of this. I really appreciate. I'm going to try to get more in tune as the days go by. But thank you. I'm looking forward to our progress together. And I read my comments, so if you want to ask me, say anything. I appreciate the love and the support. I say it a lot because I really mean it. And I'm very grateful. I love you all. Thank you for your time. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening. And we'll see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.